All right. What's up, people? As always, I want to just express my gratitude for the way that you all engage with our project, our community, our mission. We wouldn't be able to do this without your participation and interest. For this particular video, I want to take some time to talk about the music as it relates to dance. One of the things that you all are probably quite familiar with me discussing with all of you, at least those of you who attend my classes, is the importance of being in time with the music and just having musicality. But one area that I don't necessarily focus on as much as I probably should is our study and interest in the music that we dance to. Pretty much every single form of dance that we offer at Urban Movement Arts is associated with a particular form or genre of music. So the culture that makes up the music is also that which is informing the dance. The music and the dance are generated together. And we could go even deeper and talk about other qualities that inform each of them, whether it's the design that is associated with a particular time period that the dance emerges, fashion, and then we could even go as far as understanding the politics, the technology of a particular moment in time. And so all of these things become very important. And it also becomes part of how we learn and study the dance. So just to use my development and experience and being brought up in these styles, when I was coming up in between middle school and high school and college, my mentors really helped me to not just understand movement. They helped me to have an appreciation for music that I wasn't necessarily invested in before I found their leadership. For example, I'd always known who James Brown was, but I never did a deep immersion into the catalog of James Brown before I became interested in locking, or before I started hanging out with b-boys. And then, by understanding the characteristics of that music, I was then able to better understand the dance. We have to embrace and understand that dancing is kind of like speech. We only have a certain amount of things that we can do with our bodies. Every dance is going to have crossing and uncrossing of the legs. What distinguishes each of these dances is the accent, the tone, the cadence, and how these movements come to life. And the music is integral in determining these qualities in the dance. When we study the music, when we study the musicians who made the music, we also learn the character of the dance. So just to take it back to funk, for those of you who are interested in locking, for example, to just learn a Muscle Man in a lock or an Uncle Sam point, it's going to be very difficult to embody and express the full spirit of that action without having a deep sense of the vernacular, the vocabulary, and the essence and spirit that informed the music. And so the study of the music becomes really important, and it has to go with the dance. Obviously, for those of us who are engaged in a more surface level pursuit with the dances, you know, it's fine to assume that, hey, I'm not necessarily interested in funk or hip hop or house. So I mostly just like what it does for me physically, and that's perfectly fine. But what I'll say is, for those of you who are interested in taking it to the next level, there's going to have to be a certain immersion that takes place that kind of gets you past a threshold of it just being kind of mechanics, physical mechanics. We have to develop the character and the spirit of expression that we have in the music. So I often wonder, those of you who frequent my house class, how often do all of you listen to house music on a regular basis? Another important aspect of listening is that we learn the devices of the music, we learn the characteristics of the music, and we become more familiar with the time of the music and certain staples that exist inside the music. And then and if we're really familiar with those characteristics and those staples, it makes it a lot more organic or natural or easy to understand ourselves responding to those rhythms and responding to those sounds. But if you're just putting on the music randomly when you're just practicing house, or if you're going to house class, there's going to be some level of disconnect because you just haven't internalized what those cadences and rhythms are. There's not kind of a habit loop that allows you to kind of predict certain changes or movements that happen in the music. So that's one thing that I want to impress upon everyone in our community. You know, we spend a lot of time with the mechanics and the technique, and also just the vernacular, the vocabulary. But in our own time, it's really important to make a relationship with the music. So I hope this is helpful to you, and I hope it inspires you all to explore and journey more in terms of what you're listening to and how it pertains to the dances that you're interested in. Thank you, everyone.